to News Insight, and good morning to you. Good morning to all Deltans. Good morning to non-Deltans.
Good
morning. Niger Delta, but not Delta.
No, as long as there's Delta, all of us are.
Right. Okowa is a strong political force in Delta State. It's not just because he was a governor. He has this knowledge of Delta politics, and he's been involved. As a matter of fact, some of us used to call him a kind of a local champion when it comes to Delta until he came to the Senate. And even till today, you notice that most of his friends and all that, there's nobody in Delta that didn't even know him before he became a governor. Yesterday, he moved from PDP to APC. Our governor, Sheriff Oborevwori, also moved from PDP to APC. All they've been in politics, they've been that. Almost all to PDP, particularly the governor. Yeah, Okowa maybe before when he was a local government chairman and all that. Delta, before this last election, where they stuck out their neck to vote for Peter Obi because of the change they wanted, it has always been PDP, almost absolutely. PDP. Yeah, with some pockets of APC representation from Omagege camp and the likes, and sometimes from our brother who is always contesting Oboro. Apart from those disturbances, which you can categorize as disturbance, it's all Delta politics on PDP. But now, Delta politics will be on APC. What is your take, Kingsley?
We need to also know sometimes when the ovation is lauded, when we need to move or rest or one of it. But don't also forget that Okowa didn't come up on his own by himself. He also had people that brought him up. Ibori is one of them. Yeah. You can't take out Ibori from Okowa's life. That's number one. Then number two, one other significant shift that we saw during the last election was that he was on the ballot for PDP as a vice presidential candidate. But Delta State was won by Labour Party. Yeah. That means
convincingly,
the crop of young guys that are coming up are having a shift. That's two. Thirdly, you also notice that the daughter that was on the ballot had to go and beg the Labour Party
obedience in particular,
and she has to sing their song. Yeah. And she said she too was obedient.
Yes,
that's what she says. All of us are obedient.
Yes.
So he must have come up from the ranks, but something time and tide change. Don't forget, Edo State. Oshomole retired our great late Chief Tony Aneni. He taught him how to do politics in a different way. I mean, the new politicians that are coming up. I said something yesterday. I said Deltans are people that have a mindset of their own. I don't think now you can't say things are absolute. Yeah. I'm not saying it's absolute.
Certainly.
I don't think that the whole Delta will follow Okowa and Oborevwori to APC.
Peter, Wike said, welcome. You have made a courageous move. I had the foresight before everyone. What I saw before the election, thank God you are now seeing it, that the good works of Mr. President is now making all of you to speak one voice so that Nigeria can be one. Wike hails Okowa and Sheriff.
Political interest. Once in alliance, we are friends. When it doesn't, we are not. Remember the fight between Wike and Okowa less than 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Wike felt betrayed by somebody from South. He felt that Okowa sold out. Now he's telling Okowa because he has smooth camp. Delta is the only state that lost the election from. Let me rephrase it. Lagos predominantly APC. What happened in the last presidential election? They lost
to Peter.
So it's not only
yes.
But Delta still won the governor's election
in PDP.
So that losing presidential election is just because of obedient movements. Delta is PDP, true and true. if Lagos could lose to Labour, so that's not just based on that. Having said that, Wike hailing Okowa, to me, it is abstract. It is not normal. And he said he has moved because of the good work that has been done by the president, by this administration. What are the good works? Nigeria is still hungry. Nothing has changed. He has not moved us forward. Probably their program, maybe they feel like the program will move us forward, but that's not today. We are still where we are. The lights has not improved. The security, every day, we're hearing cleaning off every day. Our roads, what has changed? Why has it moved? I hope this government is not twisting people to move.
Okay, Wike talked about Okowa and the likes joining their fold because, not necessarily joining them because Wike is still a PDP member.
Because I wanted to put you on the spot on that.
Wike is still a PDP member, but joining Asiwaju, so ahead of Wike, Wike is here to join APC. Do you think what motivated Okowa to join APC and what motivated the governor, Sheriff Oborevwori, to join APC because of the good work of Mr. President?
I don't think so. Let me speak first of all on that of Okowa.
Yeah.
We know that Okowa is being trailed by EFCC.
Okay.
And according to Shomole says, if you come into APC, your sins are forgiven. It's an ideology in APC.
Yeah.
That's number one. Then number two, someone that was on the ballot as a vice presidential candidate 2 years ago, what suddenly makes him jump ship to another political
Less
party?
than 2 years ago. Actually.
Exactly. They have not told us. They need to tell us the reason why they are doing that. But you can also look at a political gimmick and sum up why Oborevwori they are moving. The tide and times that we live in politics in Nigeria as it is today. From rumors filtering in, the North are shopping for a candidate to come out. But the Southerners are saying that Mr. President must do his 2 years. Sorry, his 2 terms.
Not all the Southerners.
No, it should
I don't
be
know.
South. You shouldn't be
I don't know.
What they are,
should do their 2 terms.
2
Yes.
terms.
It should
That's
be South.
what they said is South is to do their 2 terms.
terms.
Not that the president should do his 2 terms.
Well, the people that are decamping to APC
Yeah, those that are decamping.
saying
Yeah, those
that
decamping.
they should allow Mr. President
Yeah, but
to
not
do
all Southerners are saying the South should do their 2
2
terms.
terms.
Yeah,
That's
2
the
terms.
whole South.
The whole South.
Now,
Not necessarily the
the
president.
governors mostly represent the voice of the Southerners, as it is in politics, because they hold this way. You can't take it away from them that they hold this way in their respective states. Everybody bow down to them. Fubarada is under suspension. He has said so. Governor Eno Akwa Ibom, he has said so. Now Oborevwori has joined. Edo has said so. So the whole of South, they are defections. Apart from what's it called now? Bayelsa now that is remaining.
You started by saying how Okowa couldn't even win the states as a 2-term governor who was also on the ballot 2 years ago.
Yes.
I think you were more correct. It's actually over 2 years ago.
Okay.
So he couldn't even win it for himself.
Yes.
So this was governor and the there is no guarantee. There's no guarantee that they will win it for the president.
Let me tell you something. The people are more rebellious
now
so to their governors than ever before. I can tell you that.
Okay, let me come to you, Peter. Look at it from some other angles. Delta State is the home state of our First Lady. It's a joy for her. You understand? Anytime she's coming home, she has this feeling, oh, APC here. But moving beyond that, do you see any kind of reintegration problem between PDP political structure, which clearly is stronger, into APC political structure, which in Delta sincerely is not as strong? Do you think there's going to be smooth integration?
No.
Because the leaders in PDP...
Gege is not going to let these new people hijack the structure. See, there's going to be a fight.
Apart from Omwa Gege towards the central region, let me put it to you. There are people like Vitoche,
Okay.
Our former speaker, Engineer Vitoche. There are people like Barrister Peter Mwoboshi, who moved from PDP to APC. He was a party chairman of state party chairman of PDP. You know, there are people like Dr. Chamberlain Dunku, who has spent so much effort in holding on to APC at the core enclave of PDP. What the tout did to him in the last election, it was in the open. So there are a lot of names like that. So it's not even just Omagege. So how will reintegration be for PDP people?
That is a major challenge APC is going to have with this movement. PDP in data has moved as a block. They moved the structure of PDP into APC. How are they going to accommodate these two people, these two structures? But there's an existing structure already in Delta State. And there will be fight for control of Delta State. And remember what we said here earlier. A governor is the leader of the party in the state. Since he has moved, he has automatically become the leader of the party. So is he going to impose this PDP structure moved into APC on the existing structure? Time will tell how they resolve this, but it's not going to be easy.
Many PDP, Delta, every family, we used to say sometimes, every family one essay. Yes. Because this is how they reward those that help them in the election, the name of SSA to this, SA to this, blah, blah, blah. What will the governor do? Is he going to have reappointment of APC people into all these essays and all that? Because Wike is saying, you people have done the right thing. Wike will come to Delta. You know Wike?
Okay, so from the ongoing, we already know how things are going to be. Number one, they are going to take over the APC that moved into PDP, right? The PDP that moved into APC right now are going to take over the structure of the PDP because that's been their character. They've taken over the structures of PDP in Bayelsa. They've done that in Edo. That's what they have done now. They've done that in Rivers State. So what they are going to do is to take over the structure of PDP and cripple that of PDP. That's number one. The number two part of it is what are they going to do with the APC that is already existing, and now it's going to be submerged. Now the submerging is take a look from when the president came in. How many of the APC in Delta are working with the president right now, the structure or the overall structure of APC? None.
There are.
Minister of Aviation.
No. If he's Minister of Aviation, he's not working from the state.
But it's the APC member.
Yes, but he's not working from the state. He was appointed based on a minister comes from every region.
Of course.
That's why he got his appointment.
There are quite a few other silent.
The minister that went to Delta State is not from the structure of the APC in Delta. Definitely. That's one. Two, Omagege, we have not seen his input in this region.
No, certainly. You have over Omagege in this thing.
No, because
the APC, it's hardly.
So if you can tell
not
me,
completely, because you see, there are a lot of people. He was the one that contested for the governor last time. Between that time till now, a lot has happened.
So if you tell me anybody that came into line,
and let me tell you, the acceptance
APC
of Delta APC under Omagege into the central APC is not what you think that it is. I can authoritatively tell you that if the Omagege's APC was that largely acceptable, even when the case was in court, for that last election, you should have seen something more, a better representation.
So I want to have a notable name from APC Delta that has a good appointment.
No, actually, what he's saying is not far from what is here. He ran for governorship election. He lost. The sitting government is not from APC. So by running, he automatically becomes leader of APC in the state.
We're not doubting his leadership.
So that's why most times when we call his name, we don't have we know there are other APC members in the state.
Certainly.
But that is his face that represents APC Delta State. That we know.
So that's why I say, give me one person working from APC Delta at the center?
There are plenty. You have I
No,
mentioned
might
Dr.
not
Duku.
know,
Yeah, you just don't know. You just don't
might
know
not
them.
know, yeah.
So,
we might not know.
Yeah.
But is it based on
Then
that?
when you mean working for the president, everybody can be minister.
Yeah.
There are people, you understand. Everybody can be. So,
Notable appointments.
Yes. No.
For example, somewhere in
ABS,
NDDC.
somebody like ABS, Professor, the chairman of NDDC is from Delta APC. Professor ABS.
So
That's what. Well, you're not the one that appointed him.
No.
So that's what I'm saying.
No, that's what. Nominated by who?
Yeah, of course.
I can tell you who nominated him.
It's from Delta now.
But I can tell you who nominated
Of course, but it's from Delta.
And it's not because of the structure of the
No,
APC.
that's what I'm saying. It's from Delta. There's Delta APC. And if you are from Delta and you are APC member, it's Delta APC.
But that's what I'm telling you. That I can tell you who nominated him. So I can tell you that it's not because of the structure of APC that he was nominated.
You are a Delta person and you are APC. Then you are a Delta APC. So that's what it is. So there are a lot of them.
So what I'm trying to say in retrospect is the fact that the new structure that is coming in to a large extent is going to swallow up those that were there before. That's what we're going to see.
The new structure to be controlled by APC or to be controlled by PDP.
To be controlled by incoming PDP.
It's not going to be like that. That's what I'm letting you know.
Yes,
that's not going to be like that.
Okay.
There's going to be a kind of reintegration problem. There have always been fierce resistance, right?
If APC is not careful, there's going to be implosion.
Yeah, there's going to. Yesterday I told you off camera. I said there are going to be a lot of problems within this scene, and it's going to be counterproductive.
I think this is going to be a kind of experiment in what we see happening in other states, because Wike has called others to follow suit. This is the time to jump into the.
Sorry, sir. Even that of River State. Don't forget. Amechi is still a bona fide member of APC. Am I correct?
Yes.
Now, if Wike is trying to, already they have two factions.
One belongs to Amechi,
in
one
River
to
State. Exactly. We are going to see much more of that. So these calculations are going to be going on. And like you said just now, let's wait and see. It's going to be a testing ground for how the integration is going to be. But you also know that those that have been there, they're going to kick.
All right, let's see what happens, and also how they manage it between now and the 2027. And the animosity that there's those that really work for the governor, because in Delta it's all been PDP, apart from the Obi's influence. So let's see how it plays out. Wike, hopefully other governors, other people join.
He should do his own first.
Yes, he should do his own first. All right. Our minister, honorable minister, Nyesom Wike, there is a call from this table that you should do your own first.
Yes.
Maybe you should go to APC. So because Okowa is now your elder in APC. This is News Insight. We'll be right back.